So, there comes a time in life where you face difficulties, maybe new challenges, problems that catch up on you, or in general, you are not there where you want to be. And in those times, you need something to which you can turn yourself to and not be outran by the time itself. So for this video, I just wanted to take you through a book I'm currently reading. It's Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, and it's so far a really good book. I enjoyed every page of it. So I made myself some tea, and hopefully you can enjoy this time with me as I'm taking you through my favorite pages so far, which I have read in this book. So in general, I want to say that this book is more for people who need something to push them, who are maybe not happy with their current situation in life, or want to seek improvements in their life, because this book is really a good motivator for, I would say, every human being. And it was also written by one of the most influential people of its time, Marcus Aurelius, who was a Roman emperor. And what the most fascinating thing about this book is that even a simple Roman person could relate to it. And the special thing about this book is that Marcus didn't write it to a large audience like every other major book is usually written. This book was solely for himself, and he actually wanted to have his writings burned after his death. So one of the first passages I marked it deals with procrastination, and yeah, it's an excerpt from book 2. Remember how long you have been putting this off, how many times you have been given a period of grace by the gods and not used it. It is high time now for you to understand the universe of which you are a part, and the governor of that universe of whom you constitute an emanation. There is a limited, circumscribed to your time. If you do not use it to clear away your clouds, it will be gone, and you will be gone, and the opportunity will not return. What's fascinating is that I read these passages and there are so many relations between Marcus' thoughts and also moments that I experience in life. For example, his saying is true about that if you don't use an opportunity, it will simply not come again, and that you'll chase that opportunity forever, and it simply will not return in your life, and you have to make the most out of every single situation that you experience in life. And these passages are really a great reminder for yourself to make the most out of your time on this place, on this earth, because our time is limited and we all don't know how long we are gonna live. Also, what Marcus says, for example, in book 3, I marked it too. Do not waste the remaining part of your life in thoughts about other people, when you are not thinking with reference to some aspect of the common good. Why deprive yourself of the time for some other task? I mean thinking about what so-and-so is doing and why and what he is saying or contemplating or plotting. And all that line of thought makes you stray from the close watch on your own directing mind. Not in your actions, though, not any longer. Here you stay below your capability. The point is that you do not love yourself, otherwise you would love both your own nature and her purpose for you. Other men love their own pursuit and absorb themselves in its performance to the exclusion of bath and food, but you have less regard for your own nature than the smith has for his metalwork, the dancer for his dancing, the money grubber for his money, the exhibitionist for his little moment of fame. Yet these people, when impassioned, give up food and sleep for the promotion of their pursuits, and you think social action less important, less worthy of effort. I still have 3 little passages left, and here it's also getting clear what Marcus means by controlling your thoughts and being aware of everything in your life. Your mind will take on the character of your most frequent thoughts. Souls are dyed by thoughts, so die your own with a succession of thoughts like these. For example, where life can be lived, so can a good life, but life can be lived in a palace, therefore a good life can be lived in a palace. Again, each creature is made in the interest of another. Its course is directed to that for which it was made. In the end, it lies in that to which its course is directed, and where its end is, there also for each its benefit and its good. It follows that the good of a rational creature is community. It has long been shown that we are born for community. Or was it not clear that inferior creatures are made in the interest of the superior and the superior in the interest of each other? But animate is superior to inanimate and rational to merely animate. So, the last passage that I want to read goes like this. It's page 50 of book 6 in this version. So it's again about removing the judgment and being stoic and staying calm. In the field of play, an opponent scratches us with his nails, say, or gives us butting blow with his head, but we do not mark him for that, or take offense, or suspect him afterwards of deliberate attack. True, we do keep clear of him, but this is good-natured avoidance, not suspicion or treating him as an enemy. Something similar should be the case in other areas of life too. We have people who are our opponents in the game, and we should overlook much of what they do. We can avoid them, as I say, without suspicion or enmity. Someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake in any thought or action. I shall gladly change. I seek the truth which never harmed anyone. The harm is to persist in one's own self-depiction and ignorance. I do my own duty. Other things do not distract me. They are either inanimate or irrational, or have lost the road and are ignorant of the true way. Since you have the reason and they do not, treat dumb animals and generally all things and objects with generosity and decency. Treat men because they do have reason with social concern, and in all things call on the gods. And do not let it matter to you for how long you will be alive in this work. Even 3 hours spent thus are sufficient. No, in the sequence of your thoughts, you must avoid all that is casual or aimless, and most particularly anything prying or malicious. Train yourself to think only those thoughts, such that in answer to the sudden question, "What is in your mind now?" you could say with immediate frankness whatever it is, this or that, and so your answer can give direct evidence that all your thoughts are straightforward and kindly, the thoughts of a social being who has no regard for the fancies of pleasure or wider indulgence, for rivalry, malice, suspicion, or anything else that one would blush to admit was in one's mind. A man such as this, if he postpones no longer his ready place among the best, is in some way a priest and minister of the gods. He responds to the divinity seated within him, and this renders the man unsullied by pleasures, unscathed by any pain, untouched by any wrong, unconscious of any wickedness, a wrestler for the greatest prize of all, to avoid being thrown by any passion, tied to the core with justice, embracing with his whole heart all the experience allotted to him, rarely and only when there is great need for the common good, wondering what others may be saying or doing or thinking. He has only his own work to bring to fulfillment, and only his own fated allocation from the whole to claim his constant attention. As for his work, he makes it excellent. As for his lot, he is convinced it is good, and each person appointed lot is both his fellow passenger and his driver. So that's a thing that Marcus is really good at. He's exceptional at focusing on himself, as he, during his time as an emperor, he was also betrayed by himself, and he knew that to him only the things matter that only he himself can do and accomplish. Another a little passage that I liked is remove the judgment and you have removed the thought I am hurt. Remove the thought I am hurt and the hurt itself is removed. What does not make a human being worse in himself cannot make his life worse either. It cannot harm him from outside or inside. So I really like this process of thinking, because it makes you try to be more aware of your own thoughts, to not judge yourself too quickly. If you're in a situation, to gain first an overview of the situation and not place yourself as the victim directly. Really tells you to step back and look onto something with a calm perspective. And this continues throughout the whole book, this practice of calmness and stoicism is really something amazing. And also here's a page where Marcus' life is really relatable to my life, maybe also to your life, where he talks about getting up early and going onto his duties. He, just like us, he's struggling to wake up early, and he needs to remind himself to get up and do the work that he needs to do to be a man. And he writes it like this. It's book 5. At break of day, when you are reluctant to get up, you have this thought ready to mind: I'm getting up for man's work. Do I still then resent it, if I am going out to do what I was born for, the poor purpose for which I was brought into the world? Or was I created to wrap myself in blankets and keep warm? But this is more pleasant. Were you then born for pleasure or feeling, not for action? Can you not see plants, birds, ants, spiders, bees all doing their own work, each helping in their own way to order the world? And then you do not want to do the work of a human being. You do not hurry to the demands of your own nature. But one needs rest too. One does indeed. I agree. But nature has set limits to this too, just as it has to eating and drinking. And yet you go beyond these limits, beyond what you need.